A dog walk first thing in the morning can be very different in the summertime when it's nice and bright compared to the wintertime when things are cold and wet and icy and dark. So how do we prepare ourselves to keep ourselves safe? Watch this video all the way to the end and we'll give you lots of useful tips. Tip number 1, make sure you're seen when walking, when cycling, when running. Even if it's not nighttime, it's still winter and autumn and the sun tends to sit a lot lower in the sky. And this sun can blind drivers driving. So think about wearing bright colours even during the day, not just so much at night time. You want to make sure a driver can see you, whatever you are doing, whether you're walking to school, whether you're walking to work, walking your dog or cycling. I mean, look at these examples here of me crossing the road. The first one we're looking at now, is on a very bright day. Now you think there's no issues there, you're wearing dark clothing, it's a bright day, someone can see you. Well, yes, they can. But as we mentioned previously, we've got the glare from the sun that can be blinding a driver as he just comes around a corner there. So even bright colours can be helpful, even on a sunny day. This next video showed me wearing the same clothing, but at night time. And you can see, probably the only thing you can actually see is the shoes and my face when I come close to the camera there. If a driver came around that corner at speed, he's not going to see or she is not going to see me, and there's going to be an accident there. And this video here is showing me wearing high-vis clothing, so something quite bright, neon. So when the lights hit me, they'll be able to see me. I stand out quite well. You can see me crossing the same bit of road. I'm easily seen. Doesn't matter really what time of year it is, or even how dark it is. Think about what you are wearing. Think about what you're wearing when you go to work, when you come home from work, what your children wear when they go to school. A lot of school uniforms are quite dark in colours, and that can also be a problem in itself. Yet you want to make sure a driver can see someone, even if you're walking on a pavement, you still want to be seen, but especially when you're crossing a road, you want to be seen. So is there anything you can add to what you're wearing to make sure you're highly visible? Can you put on reflective strips on bags, on shoes, on clothing, key rings, etc. If you're walking the dog, can you maybe use a reflective lead? Can you put a light on them, a reflective jacket? You want a dog to be seen. And if you are walking a dog, try and keep them on the lead and keep them close to you at all times. One winter I was a bit scared actually. Lulu ran off. She chased a squirrel and just ran across the park and I could not get her back. I thought I lost her. It's quite hard to find a dog at night time when it is dark. And not only that, but if she actually crossed the road, which thankfully she didn't, drivers would not be able to see her either. So maybe think about getting a little light on your dog. You can get some collars with some LED lights on there. So have a think about what you can put on your dog to make sure someone can see them. But I wouldn't really recommend letting them off the lead at night time. Try and walk them during the day when it is a lot brighter and lighter outside, because you want to make sure you can see your dog and not lose your dog at any time. I'd always encourage you as well, whatever you're walking to, is to have some kind of torch. I like the head torches because then I'm hands-free, so if I fell down I can put my hands down to stop myself. And of course you're more likely to fall down as well at night time because you might not see those potholes, you might not see the pavement just being slightly up, and you might actually trip over something easier at night time than you would do during the day. Maybe there's a sudden drop there as well. So maybe use a torch, a head torch. Try not to rely on your phone as a torch. Try and have another source of light because you don't really want your phone on show. We'll talk more about that in a second. In the UK, there are legal minimum requirements for cycling after dark, which you have to follow. You should have one front white light and one rear red light, plus reflectors that should already be part of your bike already. You have to have. And it's important to remember that your lights must be working properly, so please do check the batteries because of course batteries do stop working. Make sure you clean the reflectors, make sure you clean those lights so they are nice and visible at all times. A few other tips about cycling is just to make sure you are visible to other road users. So think about what you are wearing, same as when we're walking. Make sure you do check your lights, make sure you do check those batteries, make sure you have them as well as the reflectors on your bike. You want to be seen. Plus you also want to see where you're going. Make sure you know your route. Make sure your bike is in good shape, check it before you set off. Be alert, always be alert. When you are out and about at dark, Just be aware of your surroundings. Do not get distracted. You know, if you're walking home in the dark, make sure you tell somebody your route that you're going to follow. Make sure you keep to well-lit routes and avoid cut-throughs through dark alleyways and parks. You know, if you're a child, make sure you tell your parent what time you're leaving school, if it was school or your friend's house, and which way you're walking home. You know, if you're an adult and you're leaving work in the dark, tell somebody, phone somebody up. And I always actually walk with my finger over my phone on my emergency SOS button, ready to hit that just in case something happened. I will share the link to that video we talked about how to activate the emergency SOS on a smartphone, because every smartphone has that function. I'll leave that in the description below for you, okay? Because that is quite a useful thing to have. If you were suddenly attacked or you tripped over and you needed help, you can activate that button on your phone, which on my iPhone will just literally holding it down for more than 5 seconds. Now, I've seen plenty of people looking at their phones as they're crossing a road, and then, you know, a bike comes past or a car. Please don't use your phone, because sadly this is when accidents happen. Be stationary when you're using a phone in a safe place. Being preoccupied and distracted will make them and us more vulnerable both to being robbed or, of course, hit by a moving vehicle. So please ensure you and your family and friends follow those tips we've just mentioned this winter to make sure you stay safe. Hit to subscribe so you don't miss out on these videos, and stay safe. Be visible, be alert, keep safe. Take care, guys.